this is part 3. This is the final cut, you know. So you can always go with your gut, and you can always tell when somebody loves you and when somebody doesn't. And 9 times out of 10, it doesn't like work like that in relationships outside of your family. Like, you have a girl that you love. Sometimes you love them and they don't love you. The problem with that is that they're not woman enough to tell you, which was my situation, which is why I got a harassment issue that never really got fully charged. I got the records at home. I did that last week. I know I told everybody about it. So, I went down to get my records to make sure. So when I talked to the sheriff on the phone, he's like, well, you were never really charged. And I say, well, that ain't what the judge said. The judge kept me a prisoner in my own home. I didn't get to go out and make movies. I didn't get to go do what I wanted to do with life because what the judge said was no contact. If you see her on the streets, she can still file a complaint. The judge had me by the balls, pretty much. Didn't have any family support on that. No. And worst part of that is that my ex-fiance talked to my mom twice after the breakup, and my mom never told me. But I found out through friends of my ex-fiance, who I'm also friends with. Hi there. And yeah, it's like, well, your mom spoke to Amy twice. It's like, my mom never told me that shit. So, there you go. So, you can tell when someone loves you and when people are just using you and holding you down. You just got to be awoke to get it. I was awoke at 45. That was 2 years ago. Did everything I could to get my life straight. And the more I try, the harder it has gotten. Now, when my dad died, I was like 41, 42. Let's see. It'd be 6 years starting March, so 6 minus, 45, 47 minus 6. It's about 41. So, my dad died, and I shut down. I'm still slightly shut down. But see, I was shut down when I got out of the military because I didn't want to leave the military because it was all I had. I have a family, not like created family. I have a family. And none of them seemed to give a fuck that I didn't want to come home outside of anything in a body bag. When you don't have nothing to live for, Army is a great place because they will give you something to live for, which is what they did. And then I got hurt. And I'm not really feeling the Army's love anymore right now. And it's not that it's the Army, it's just politics. Because I cried the day that I got discharged. It's like, you got to find me a way to get back in this motherfucker, And Command Sergeant Board said, hey, look, son, I'm sorry, bullets and beans cost money. You got to go home. And the funny thing about that, I came home on the exact same day that I had broke up with my ex Amy. The same day. And the worst part, true story, not only did I come home on the same day, my airplane touched down on the exact same time that we broke up. The exact same time. Exact. 3:27. Exact same time. I was like, damn. You try not to think about shit like that when you're flying home. And, I go with my instincts, I'm an instinct kind of guy. And, I mean, we're flying home. I'm flying. I'm like, damn. Today, I'm feeling kind of painful. And I looked at my watch, which I still have at home. It's an Armitron. That bitch hasn't had a new battery in, 10 years. I got in the military in 2010. I got out in 2010. I haven't changed the battery since 2010. And that bitch still goes off like clockwork. So, I went in, and as I'm looking at my clock as I'm laying, I was like, damn. This time, motherfucker. It's like, this is the exact same time, on the exact same day, in the exact year after. So it's like, because I went in at the ass end of 2010. Alright? So I came in. Maybe it was 2011. Either way, I came in. I came into the military broken. I left the military broken. However, I will say, before I left the military broken, I actually was healed up pretty good, not knowing that I was fucked up. But, like having a reason to live was the military. Having to not come home to people who didn't give a flying fuck if I lived or died, that was something. I made a lot of brothers in the military. A lot of them. Especially Fusco and Low. Those are my brothers for life. I love you guys wherever you are. Because I haven't been on Facebook to reach out to them in a while. Fusco, I think he was getting married, and Low, I think he was getting married too. Somebody was getting married, and there were some children in their videos. And I was like, I'm gonna let them brothers leave. There's no point of me getting involved like in their life unless I like literally could go pay them a visit. So, getting discharged was like the worst day of my life, because that's the second worst day of my life. The worst day of my life came when my dad died, but it was the second worst day of my life because I found home in the Army. You don't get too many soldiers that can say that. You don't get too many soldiers that wants to stay in the Army until they die. And that's what I needed. I needed to stay in the Army. I did not need to come home because I didn't really have a home to come home to. Home sometimes is not just a place. Sometimes it's the people. And when you come home to people that don't give a flying fuck if you live or die, when you coming home to? You coming home to the same shit you left. You left because people didn't give a fuck if you lived or died. And then you gotta come home to that same shit. And it doesn't affect them. No, they don't give a fuck. No. Actions speak louder than words. They don't give a fuck. I didn't have the best of time in the Army. I got bitched out at least once or twice. No. I tried to kill a drill sergeant. I wanted to do things to people that I probably should have never been in the Army because of the things that I wanted to do. And granted, the drill sergeant was asking for that shit. So when I got moved to Delta, I found my second and best unit. I found the best people. Drill Sergeant Haynes, Drill Sergeant Amiskwa, Drill Sergeant Omberg. And Drill Sergeant Amiskwa is aka Drill Sergeant Aztec Warrior. I found motherfuckers that gave a shit about me. Motherfuckers that would lay down and die for me. And I would do none less. Family. My family that I came from, fuck you, James. You want to be an actor? Fuck you, James. We're going to make sure that doesn't happen. We're going to make sure that every time you have a plan, whenever you post a video, whenever you make a video, we're going to make as much fucking noise as possible so that whatever you're doing, no one's going to see it. No one's going to care. And we don't care. So you've got the whole world against you. Because ain't nothing supposed to be more important to you than family. And I've always been that guy that said family comes first. But when you put family first, but family doesn't return the favor, family doesn't help you, family doesn't reach out to help you find a way to get your foot in the door, a way to make you happy. But they love fucking up your videos. They love coming down the hall, making all that damn noise. And you guys here on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever I'm posting this is, you've watched me look back and say, I know you see them damn lights. There's a video on Kung Fu Havoc number 2 right now that somebody could be watching saying, I know you see those damn lights. Family. When you love someone, you go out of your way to help them. You do not go out of your way to hurt them. And I'm going to end this video right there. And if anybody in my family is watching this video, I hope your eyes are full of tears because this is your fault. It is your fault as much as it is my fault. And why do I have to take the full responsibility? Let me explain my part. My part in this whole clusterfuck of my life is simple. I didn't have the ability to say no. Because this bitch right here, this thing called a heart, gave a damn about the children you were bringing into this world, about the children our mother brought into this world, which is y'all. But none of y'all had this. None of y'all gave a damn about what I wanted, or what our older sibling wanted. Y'all were like this. Fuck them. We're going to keep having babies. Fuck them. We're going to get good jobs. And our brother and our siblings, they're going to take care of our kids. We get them every weekend. We're out doing what we want. Our brother and our sister has our children. We don't take them home. We don't make them go home. But family. Family's supposed to be so damn important. Why am I the one suffering? Why are y'all not suffering? Why are y'all not making the ability so that I don't have to suffer? Why are you not living up to your responsibility? Because to you, it's convenient. It ain't about what Big Brother wanted with his life. It ain't about what James wanted to do with his life. It's about what everybody else want and what everybody else got. While James barely got any scraps. So let's end it with that. Barely got any scraps. I hope you're watching, because you won't listen to me. So maybe you'll watch my videos. Maybe somebody out here who's on my channel knows my family, and will tell them, y'all need to check out this 3-part video that James did, because y'all won't listen to him. Y'all won't let him talk, but y'all always jumping down his throat, and you're always telling him you should be grateful that you're the second of 7 children and you had to watch 5 kids grow up better than you, and you and your older sister had to suffer. Y'all got better things. Jordan-ass jeans, better clothes. James has always been treated like the outcast, the black sheep, the piece of dirt that when you come in the house and you shake off your shoe and it's still there, so you pull it off and you shake it off and then you throw it outside. None of my siblings have been homeless for 2 days. None of my siblings had to go and live with somebody that beats living on the streets. None of my siblings had to sleep in their car for 2 days and have to worry about where they're going to go get a shower, where they're going to go and eat, where they're going to get money to eat. So if you're watching, maybe you don't remember when that happened. But I haven't forgotten, because the oldest grandson, whose birthday is in January, will be turning 24 or 25. I was 27 back when all this shit started. But instead of being able to live the life I wanted, I got forced out the house. But I had to come watch kids. Couldn't eat Sunday dinners. While everybody's eating fried pork chops, I'm barely eating at all. But no one's calling me on the cell or the house phone and saying, hey, how would you like to come join us for dinner? And you don't have to watch kids. But when kids need to be watched, while I was in school for acting, it was go to work, watch kids, go to school, go to your second job, watch kids, go to your third job, get a little bit of sleep, get up, go to work, come watch kids, go to school, go to your second job, go to school, go to your third job, get a little sleep, repeat cycle 1. And not one of you, of my siblings, not one of you, this is where none of you get a fucking hall pass. Not one of you said, we're sorry. Not one of you said, thank you. Not one of you said, damn, we didn't think about that. The entire time you were going through that shit, we didn't give a shit. I'm gonna make a 4th video to finish this off.